Hi, everyone. It's Kelly from the Hub. I'm here today with Mike Eichenlaub. You can see him standing out there in the beautiful sun over at the Ephrata Community Garden. Mike, how are you?
Doing well, Kelly. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, if our viewers didn't see, there was a post recently where you were harvesting. So, fill us in. What were you pulling out of the dirt?
Actually, it wasn't all pulling out of the dirt. We have kale growing here, and one of our volunteers had come down and cut a bunch to take to the food bank. It's one of those things that keeps growing if you keep harvesting from it. So,
And
yeah,
that's
this
the
should last
kale
for a little
right there?
while.
That's the
Yeah,
kale? Wow.
yeah, this row right here.
That's some serious leaves. So
Yeah,
once you chop them, it'll keep growing.
yeah,
Love it.
yeah. If you take about half of it, it'll just keep growing and growing.
And so how much were you able to take how much kale were you able to take down to the food bank?
Um, I'm not. I don't have like an amount.
Yeah.
She said she had filled a bag.
Hey,
Um,
that's beautiful. Good.
yeah,
And
yeah, it's a good
you had
start.
radishes too?
Yeah, we had a couple radishes. That was what was in this row.
Uh-huh.
Some of them had gotten. We didn't thin it enough. Stuff like that. If you don't give it enough room to grow, they don't develop the radishes. So we had a whole lot of really, 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 really small radishes, and they were already going to seed, so they were like done with their growing cycle. So we pulled those out. I think we're going to plant some lettuce here. I think
Oh, so we learned thinning is important in the radish world.
it is, and in the beet world. So we have a little bit of crowding here, not as bad as the radishes, because our awesome volunteer Steve had come through and like help thin these out.
Yeah.
Here, pretty
Oh, okay. Okay.
awesome.
So just because not everybody might know it, what does thinning out mean? Like, what do you do?
So when you plant stuff like this that grows underground, you plant a lot of seeds. The seeds are cheap, um, and you plant a bunch to make sure you get plenty of seeds started. And then as they come up and they grow, you pull some of them out to make room for the other ones. Now it's kind of weird, like you're pulling out stuff that's growing, but in the end you have to do that, or you won't end up with stuff that grows underground. Because these things grow bulbs underground, and if they don't have room to do it, they won't do it well.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. It does sound like it's counterintuitive, but I totally get the process. So good. Thank you for
Yeah.
making us all a little smarter about that. All right. So you also told me before we started that you guys planted a lot of new things. So there's a lot of stuff out there. So what new plants did you plant?
Well, we didn't talk last week because of the holiday, but we
Yeah.
planted uh, wax beans and green beans and some zucchini seeds and zucchini plants. The stuff has sprouted in less than a week already because we're trying to keep it moist and the weather's been nice and warm. Um, Over here, we planted some melons and some butternut squash. And looks like all this stuff has sprouted fairly
So
well. It's
those
pretty
are
awesome.
real plants, not weeds that we're seeing.
Yes,
Awesome.
those are. I mean, there's weeds growing out of the soil here, but these little stubby guys here,
Those are real plants.
they are. And
Yeehaw.
then, yeah, and then this past weekend we were out here and we expanded some more. We got more zucchini and some pumpkins. We believe it was the mystery plants at Espenshade. They were on discount, so picked a couple of those up to see what they were going to be. You know, you got to have fun with it.
Well, and
We
you
got,
know what? Just like mystery everything else, it'll be exciting to see what grows out
oh
of it.
yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
What's all this over here that you're showing us?
Um, we have cucumbers in these three hills, and then we have a bunch of peppers and tomatoes that we planted this past weekend here.
Wow.
We threw a
Okay,
little bit of mulch around them.
I know that people are going to ask, is this an organic garden?
Yes, this soil has not been treated with anything for years, and we don't use any chemicals on any of this stuff. The seeds that we're buying are not organic, but everything is grown organically. We don't use any sprays or pesticides or anything like that.
Wonderful. So, and the goal for people who might not know is to donate everything that we've got here to the Effort Area Social Services Food Bank. So to help out people who are in need, because fresh produce is one of those things that can be challenging to come by. Look at that.
Yeah.
That's cauliflower.
Yeah. Yeah. We have a couple of them.
Gorgeous. Look at those
Yeah.
little guys in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. Oh, I have to
Yeah.
say,
They're
you're right.
doing pretty well.
Yeah. Look at those little guys. Oh, how fantastic. Oh, we have a new volunteer. So shout out to Donna, who is our new
Yeah.
garden volunteer. Where is she from? I mean, like she's from, Ephrata, but like, how did she stumble upon the garden?
She follows the Facebook page that we have that we post stuff on, and I had posted asking for volunteers, and she had messaged me through the page, and she actually messaged me a couple months ago. We weren't quite ready for more help, but as we're getting busier and having more stuff going on here, yeah, volunteers are definitely appreciated.
Oh, that's awesome. Look at that. So if any of other volunteers out there, feel free to send a message on Facebook, comment in the comment section. Oh, Mike, I gotta say, every week now is going to be such a very cool thing because everything is growing and sprouting. This is fantastic.
Like these tomato plants, we planted last week, and
Look at them
Michelle, or one of our volunteers, had started these at home, and they've doubled in size in a week. Like they already look way stronger. They're doing great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, if you haven't been out to the community garden and you'd love to, feel free. You can help pull a couple of weeds. Only takes a couple of minutes, and just look at that. Are those?
Yeah. Peas. Yeah.
Peas. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we have any peas yet, but we got flowers, so we will have them soon.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike, as always, it is wonderful to chat with you. We will check in next week. All right.
Sounds great. Have a good week.
All right. You too. See you, my friend.
Bye.
Bye.